and had returned to Romania. In 1966, in an interview to Radio Romania's Oral History Center, General Lota reminisced the circumstances of General Avramescu's disappearance in 1945. At one point, rumor has it that Avramescu would return to the country, since it was planned for him to be offered an important political position. They dropped the hint he was going to be the Prime Minister. That was the guise of it all. And he had to relinquish the command of the army and leave for Bucharest, where they had used his job for him. Along the way, his visit was scheduled to the commander of the 40th Soviet Army, to which the 4th Romanian Army was subordinated, and soliciting to extend its thanks for the cooperation. And there it is. The tour starting from the 4th Army, with Avramescu, with Mrs. Avramescu, with Avramescu's daughter, with Avramescu's grandson, with the interpreter, with Momomen Legoescu, a command officer. There at the headquarters of the 40th Soviet Army, according to some, here is exactly what happened. The convoy stopped at the command post where Avramescu went there to bid his farewell. After about a quarter of an hour, a major came, who invited the ladies to have a cup of tea, so the visit took a little longer, and it was cold outside. After that, the officers were also called in and invited to a cup of tea. No sooner they entered there than they were seized by some NKVD officers, who had each of them go through a separate door, and nobody knew anything about them ever since. They also grabbed the drivers and the accompanying guard, all of them. 3 days later, Avramescu's daughter hanged herself, and Avramescu no longer returned to Bucharest. Even though the belief was feasible, whereby General Avramescu had been executed by the Soviets, in 1996, General Constantin Lota said Avramescu's disappearance was a mystery for a couple of reasons. What happened to Avramescu afterwards remains a mystery. There was a time when Avramescu was granted a merit-based pension as the result of a certificate signed by the Soviet General Malinovsky, where it was specified that General Avramescu died during an air raid of the command post, and he was a man who did his duty. So Mrs. Avramescu's merit-based pension was based on this certificate, and that officially explained Avramescu's disappearance. The others, save for Felicia Avramescu, who hanged herself, were taken to the Soviet Union. I received a photograph where a tomb was marked with an ink cross in a graveyard in Budapest. That is General Avramescu's grave. No Romanian had seen him dead. Under normal circumstances, the dead body should have been handed to the Romanian army. And yet, General George Avramescu, son of 8 Romanian servicemen who were killed in action during World War II, notwithstanding for Romania the political aftermath of the war, turned General Avramescu's case into a representative one with the hundreds of thousands of Romanian servicemen who had been going through similar tragedies during World War II. And that was the history show.
Next on Radio Romania International,
Green. Welcome to Greenland. I'm Jim Master. The International Forest Day is marked at world level on March the 21st every year, beginning 2013. The United Nations General Assembly has set the celebration date with a view to enhancing the awareness-raising stance on the management, preservation and long-lasting development of all categories of forests, all that to the benefit of the present-day generation and the generations to come. In 2025, the date's theme was labeled as Forests and Food, thereby celebrating the forest's crucial role in food safety, nutrition, and means of existence. Forests offer food, fuel, provide income and create jobs. Yet they also support the fertility of the soil. They protect the water resources and provide habitats for biodiversity, that including vital pollinators. Forests contribute to the mitigation of climate change to the storage of carbon. Also, forests are crucial to the survival of forest-dependent communities, especially of the indigenous peoples. On the occasion of the National Day of the Forest, the Environment, Waters and Forest Ministry announced the approval of the draft law of the Forestry Code. The code was elaborated for the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. Here is the Environment Minister, Mircea Fethiu, announcing some of the stipulations.
Tăierile la ras vor fi interzise în aproape jumătate din suprafața de pădure acordată.
Cutting will be banned in nearly half of Romania's forested surface area. Such cuttings have so far been banned only in national parks. Yet they are going to extend that ban to the national parks of Natura 2005. Also, the Forestry Code, under its intended terms, will enable the Romanian state to intervene and deforest surface areas there where the lands were deforested and were abandoned by the owners. We have set the legal framework of a digitized fight against illegal logging. Whether we speak about satellite feed, about the video monitoring of access roads to the forest, we thereby create the premise of a digitized management. Also, a novelty element is the suspension of the access to the Sunalti IT system whenever we have to face situations related to wood theft, to forest theft. That is similar to the situation of drivers whose license has been suspended for drinking and driving. We grant forest owners, be they state entities or private owners, the right to have alternative security solutions, specialized structures, private security, specifying the security of the forest is managed